Welcome students and welcome to the course of machine design. Today we are going to do a numerical on design of a shaft subjected to bending moment only. Okay, in the last video we had seen the design of a shaft subjected to pure torsional movement, and in today's lecture we will see a numerical on bending moment, and then after we will discuss the shaft subjected to combined twisting moment as well as bending moment. Okay, so let's start with the question. I am giving you 30-second time for reading the question and writing the given only. Okay, then we will discuss the solution of the problem. Okay, so let's start reading. Okay, now I'm going to start reading it. It is a pair of wheels of a railway wagon carries a load of 50 kilonewton on each axle box. You know that there is axle box uh, on the wheel, and this axle box is located at distance of 100 millimeter outside the wheel base. The gauge of rail is 1.4 meter. It is distance between the rail and the distance is measured from the center of the wheel. The gauge of rail is 1.4 meter. Find the diameter of the axle between the wheel if the stress is not to exceed 100 MPa. Okay, so stress is not going to increase, that is bending stress value will not be increases from 100 MPa. Okay, you may see in the diagram, but actually diagram will not be there in your question. So this is purely imaginary, but the RS Formisher helps a lot by giving this figure, and it is easy to understand. Okay, now we know that in shaft subject to bending moment, and if the wheel having some load, so reaction will be there. Okay, so Reaction is denoted by RC and RD. Do load, that is axial load, is denoted at 100 millimeter from the axis of wheel, that is 50 kilonewton and 50 kilonewton. Again, the span length, that is the length of the wheel or the gauge length of the rails, distance between the wheel, not the length of the wheel, is 1.4 meter. So where is the maximum bending moment stress is getting? It is so simple to predict because there's only two places where the reaction is located. So maximum bending moment is acted on the wheel at C and D. Okay, therefore maximum bending moment will be W multiplied by L, and load is 15 × 10⁻³ that is 50 kilonewton multiplied by the span length, that is L. So 5 × 10⁻⁶ Newton meter is the maximum bending moment. Let D is the diameter of the axle. So we know that the maximum bending moment M is equal to pi by 32 sigma B into D cube. So pi by 32 sigma B is given, that is 100 MPa into D cube, and this is equal to 5 × 10⁻⁶ Newton millimeter. And in the term of diameter, it is equal to 9.8 to 10 power 3. So from there we can find the diameter is 79.8, means 80 millimeter. Okay, this is a small question for the understanding purpose only. Actually the question comes in the examination like the combination of the both. Okay, one thing, how you are going to find the bending moment. So there is the process, that is RC is equal to RD is equal to 50 kilonewton. How? 50 plus 50 will be equal to RC plus RD, and since both are acting at the same distance, so RC is equal to RD is equal to 50 kilonewton. Bending moment at A will be 0. Bending moment at C will be 50 multiplied by 10⁻³ multiplied by 100. Okay, into 5 × 10⁻⁶. Bending moment at D will be 50 multiplied by 10⁻³ multiplied by 1.4 millimeter, 1400 plus 100 1500 minus 15 to 10⁻³ multiply by 1400, that's 5 × 10⁻⁶ Newton millimeter, and bending moment at B is again 0. Okay, so maximum bending moment is 5 × 10⁻⁶ 6 × 10⁻⁶ Okay. Now let's start the second topic, that is shaft subjected to combined twisting moment and bending moment. Okay, so we have to consider the two important theories, that is first is maximum shear stress theory or Guest theory. It is used for ductile materials such as mild steel, and second is the maximum normal stress theory or Rankine theory, and it is used for brittle materials such as cast iron. Okay, so let D is equal to shear stress induced due to twisting moment, and sigma B is the bending stress induced due to bending moment. Then according to maximum shear stress theory, the maximum shear stress will be tau max is equal to 1 upon 2 sigma b square plus 4 tau square. Now substituting the sigma b and tau value, so we get 32 m upon pi d cube square plus 4 tau square means 416 t pi d cube square. So ultimately we are getting 16 pi d cube tau is equal to m square plus t square under root, and this is known as equivalent twisting moment. This is known as equivalent twisting moment, and it can be denoted by TE. Got it? So TE is equal to pi by 16 tau d cube, and this TE is equal to m square plus t square. Now sigma b maximum according to maximum normal stress theory, that is Rankine theory. So sigma b maximum is equal to 1 upon 2 sigma b 1 upon 2 sigma b square plus 4 tau square, and this is equal to pi by 32 sigma b max d cube is equal to 1 upon 2 m plus under root m square plus t square. So the expression 1 upon 2 m plus under root m square plus t square is known as equivalent bending moment, and it is denoted by ME. And this equivalent bending moment may be defined as that movement which, when acting alone, produce the same tensile or compressive stress as the actual bending moment. Okay, so MA is equal to 1 upon 2 m plus under root m square plus t square is equal to pi by 32 sigma b multiplied by d cube. In case of hollow shaft, the equation may be like this: T is equal to m square plus t square is equal to pi by 16 into tau d cube 1 minus k power 4. And the diameter of the shaft may be calculated by both the equation, and the maximum diameter obtained by using the both equation will be taken for safety purpose. Now there is a question which we are going to solve. A solid circular shaft is subjected to a bending moment of 3000 Newton meter and a torque of 10,000 Newton meter. The shaft is made of 45C8 steel having ultimate tensile stress of 700 MPa and a ultimate shear stress of 500 MPa. Assume a factor of safety as 6. Determine the diameter of the shaft. So let's start the question. The given value is the bending moment, the torque means the twisting moment, sigma b value and the tau u value, and we know that sigma t or sigma b value upon factor of safety will give the allowable tensile stress value. So 700 upon 6, that is 116.7 Newton millimeter square, and allowable shear stress will be 500 upon 6, that is 83.3 Newton per millimeter square. Let d is equal to diameter of the shaft, then according to maximum shear stress theory, that is Weierstrass theory, the equivalent twisting moment is equal to T under root m square plus t square, that is 3 into 10 power 6 square plus 10 to 10 power 6 square, that is 10.44 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. We also know the twisting moment T is equal to pi by 16 tau dq. So from here, after equating, we will find the diameter of the shaft subjected to on the basis of maximum shear stress theory, that is Guest and Tresca's theory, and diameter is 86 millimeter. Okay. Now the next part of the question, that is according to maximum normal stress theory or Rankine theory, the equivalent bending moment M is equal to 1 upon 2 m plus under root m square plus t square is equal to 1 upon 2 m plus t, and t already we had calculated. So 1 upon 2, 3 into 10 power 6 plus 10.44 into 10 power 6. So the value is 6.72 into 10 power 6 Newton millimeter. We also know that the equivalent bending moment is equal to 6.72 into 10 power 6, that is pi by 32 sigma b into d cube. So pi by 32 sigma b, that is permissible shear stress value, will be 116.7 into d cube, that is unknown. So this is equal to 11.46 d cube. So By equating, we get d cube is equal to 83.7 millimeter. Now compare the both the diameter which we are getting from the Rankine theory and the Guest-Tresca theory. Where the diameter, first diameter 86 millimeter. The diameter we are getting from Guest-Tresca theory is 86 millimeter, and diameter which is getting from Rankine theory is 83.7 millimeter. Okay. Now, as we had discussed that on comparing, take the larger value, that is larger among the both. So according to Guest and Tresca theory, the diameter is 86 millimeter, and rounded off 86 to the nearest integer in the multiple of 5, that is 90 millimeter. Okay, got it? Now we are able to understand how the combination of both, that is bending moment and twisting moment, will be derived or will be solved. Okay, now in the next lecture we will see the type of keys. This is the theory portion only, so we are not going to spend number of minute on it. Okay, since as the UPTU is concerned, and as in this semester the exam will be totally based on MCQ, multiple choice questions. Okay, so we will focus upon the question which may come in the examination. So I want to discuss the question that may come in the examination in the form of MCQ. So first question will be tau max 1/2 sigma b square plus tau square. Second question will be the name of the theory of failure. So maximum steady state theory is called as Guest-Tresca theory, and maximum normal state theory is called as Rankine theory. The next question will be this one: the m square plus t square is equal to equivalent twisting moment, and this is equal to pi by 16 tau max into d cube. Then the question may ask, then the question may ask like 1/2 m plus into m square plus t square is equal to pi by 32 sigma b max into d cube. Okay, means there will be some notation and there will be some examples, there will be some options. And this 1/2 m plus under root m square plus t square is known as equivalent bending moment. So these are the question, and this also included for the hollow shaft. For the hollow shaft you may find the formula, but in some another term, that is pi by 16 tau d naught cube in the bracket 1 minus k to power 4, when where k is equal to di upon D naught. Okay, now so these are the questions which may get in your MCQ. Now this small question may also be asked in the examination in MCQ, so you may prepare for that. Okay, now I am holding my voice here. In the next class we will discuss about the gears, design of gears, and what are the questions which may ask in the form of objective. Okay, so I am holding my voice here. In case of any query, you may write in the comment section. I will try to solve your question, and in case of any suggestion, you may ask and you may suggest me. I will try to improve myself, because teaching is continuous learning process, and I will definitely gain something from your side. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching.